So may I request Irfan Engineer to begin?
Uh, Thank you, Neha. And I'm so glad that people have shown the sensitivity and joined today's meeting. The objective of our meeting, as Neha said, is one to bring awareness that there's no peace in Manipur. And unless we raise our voice, there won't be peace in Manipur. We have to raise our voices, bring about awareness. Unless India stands up as one country, because people of Manipur are also our people, our brothers, our sisters. So that is the objective of organizing this. And I'm so glad that so many people from all religions, from all communities, part of this to peace. How to, our objective is that let's now at least, it's 1 year, let's now at least look for solutions. Uh, I would like to, with these words, I would like to just highlight a few things. I think one of the major things is that there is no functional democracy in Manipur. The state is not functioning in accordance with the constitution. Why I'm saying so? Just two indicators, there are many indicators. And it is important. The point that I'm making is very important. Two indicators. Actually, in a year, there has to be three assembly sessions: winter, summer, and monsoon sessions, and budget session. There haven't been any session. The government could not call for assembly session in Manipur in this entire year. One assembly session was called. It conducted itself exactly for 11 minutes. And the proceedings in those 11 minutes was condolence for people who died. If a government can't call an assembly session, that means the government is not running there in accordance with the law and order machinery or the in accordance with the constitution. Second indicator, security forces are fragmented. Different security forces are protecting different sections of people. This is unprecedented. They are not working together. And there are conflicts between security forces. Assam Rifle is supposed to protect the cookies. And the Manipur police supposed to take care of security of Maitis. And in one situation, Manipur police had arrested a cookie, which according to them, who was a criminal under some charges. Assam Rifle intervened, got him released, and set him free. So there is a conflict between security forces of the sorts. Maitis are demanding that Assam Rifle should be withdrawn from Manipur. An entire charge should be given to Manipur police. And cookies are afraid that if that happens, their security will be compromised. There are borders. I think there are other speakers who will talk more about borders and how these borders, as if, and it is within one state, as if within the border which is there within a state, these layers and layers of security forces are manning borders. Within half a kilometer or so, There are 5 layers of security. First, by mighty women, Mira Paibi. If you cross that, Manipur police will thoroughly check you, your identity, your purpose, who you are. They'll check your baggage, frisk you, do more stricter than airport or any international border that I've seen. Then comes Indian Army. Then comes BSF. Then comes Assam Rifle, and finally, then uh, from from the valley, if you are going towards Churchargun to the hills, you will have to cross these layers, and within half a kilometer, every single layer will thoroughly check you. It took us 2 hours to negotiate. I think on India-Pakistan border, there is no such strict checking. And one security force does not trust the other. That's why they keep checking every time. And they are not under one command. They all listen to their own commanding officers. There's no joint command. If this is the situation, then the government is not being run in accordance with the constitution of the country. No cookie can go to valley, and no mighty can go to hills. When the assembly session was called, and which ran exactly, conducted its business only for 11 minutes, the cookie MLAs from hills could not be part of that assembly because their security was concerned. When we met at MLA, cookie MLA, I don't want to name him, and we said, uh, why didn't you participate in the assembly that was assembled? He said, if I want to be alive, I can't go to valley. Goods and essential goods from valley, because they arrive in the valley first through airport, cannot and are is not allowed to cross these security layers and reach the hills. This includes food items, medicines, essential items, etc. They have to take a very U-turn, roundabout U-turn, first go to Azol, and from Azol, it has to come to the hills. Essential, essential goods for people's lives. Complete breakdown of law and order machinery. This is unprecedented. I would say in 2002, Gujarat, there weren't these kind of borders. There's no comparison. I'm not trying to compare. I'm saying that this situation, breakdown of law and order, is unprecedented. Any other central government would have dismissed the state government. And there was one single unified demand from the Maitis and Cookies. If they were agreeing on one thing, it was, and we talked cross section of Cookies and cross section of Maitis. And all of them were saying that Biren Singh has completely failed, the chief minister has completely failed, and he should go. He pretended to resign, tore his resignation, and refused to resign. If he doesn't resign, any other central government would have dismissed this government because it is not running in accordance with the constitution. The budget allocation for hill area uh, for hill areas not only is meager, but elections for hill areas districts have not been held. local bodies, the autonomous councils, hill area councils, for 2.5 years, elections are pending and they cannot be held. They are not being held. If this is not breakdown of law and order machinery, then what is? Then what is running the government? There are private militias on both sides. And these militias are dictating terms. Arambai Tengol, some say kidnapped, but some say summoned 37 Maiti MLAs, took them to fort and made them take oath that they would stand up for their demands. Imagine it was actually kidnapping. Now, Arambai Tengol militia, proper, it is a militia because they wear a uniform, they have drills, they have looted arms from the state. Again, whether it is looted arms or where arms arms. Maitis feel, some of the Maitis feel that their security is with Arambai Tengol and not with the state. And likewise, cookies. Now, these militias have their own ideology, have their own objectives, have their own laws, rules, which are being imposed on the people today. I can say a lot. I know others are going to speak, and I don't want to spend more time, but a few things I want to suggest. What could be the pathway towards peace? One, I think people of Manipur are demanding that this government be, Biren Singh government be thrown out. There should be a president's rule. Just to begin with. To begin with. Otherwise, I don't think the peace process will begin at all. It has not begun in 1 year. And the government has taken absolutely no initiative in bringing the Maitis and Cookies together in dialogue. And the government is incapable. Why they are incapable? Because it has bowed to the agenda set by Arambai Tengol. Arambai Tengol chief went to the fort where 37 MLAs were kidnapped and taken and forced to take oath in a police van with a looted gun. And recently, 11 people were arrested with arms, with illegal arms that were looted from the state. And people gathered, set these people free, 11 prisoners, and said, until there is peace or until this conflict is resolved, we must maintain arms with us for our security. Now, this is what people feel. Can you say government is being run, governance is being run in accordance with the constitution, where people are not feeling secure? So, imposition of president's rule is the first step, first pathway to peace. And slowly, I think, initiative for dialogue has to be taken by state. In fact, assembly sessions, assembly is one platform where elected representatives can begin talking and seeing some, uh, uh, the dialogue has to begin. I'm no one. to suggest anything, how it should proceed or what where it should go. It's for the people in the conflict, all stakeholders in the conflict, to come together and dialogue and find. We can just say uh, what are their respective demands and make them, see each other's problems, understand each other's problems with empathy in the process of dialogue. The second step that has to be taken is disarming of all militias, all armed militias, and all hues and colors. Unless that disarming happens, I don't think the process of peace can begin, because there cannot be dialogue under the shadow of guns. Today, some human rights activists belonging to Kukis and Meiteis, sensible voices with whom we are in touch, and they they are capable of taking this dialogue and peace process forward. They did not join because they don't feel secure, because there are armed militias on all sides. So I think disarming is the second step. Third, I think in the long run, today actually the main problem is the deepening of identities. And all Paitis, Meiteis, Nagas, Kukis, there are 34 uh, ethnic groups. And one ethnic group arming themselves triggers off other ethnic groups also to take up arms, to acquire arms. And remember, it's a border area with Myanmar, with fighting going on against military junta in Myanmar. And those arms are there. People can acquire arms. And with arms, resources come, financial resources come. So all ethnic communities, this with deepened identity, all communities need a homeland. This is one understanding that I arrived. Meiteis want their homeland, and their idea of homeland is Greater Manipur. Nagas want their homeland. Kukis want their homeland and protect their identity and protect their homeland. I think it is a process of education in the long run where we'll have to transcend this. We have to realize that we have to live in a shared homeland. Our homeland is shared. There's no other option. You can't throw out Meiteis, you can't throw out Kukis, you can't throw out Nagas, you can't throw out the smallest of the ethnic communities there. We have to live together, and we have to look for pathways to peaceful coexistence. I think the process of truth and reconciliation, I think wrong has been done by all sides in this ethnic conflict. And this post 3rd May ethnic conflict is not the first ethnic conflict, and may not, unfortunately, may not be the last ethnic conflict. There were ethnic conflicts with the Nagas and Kukis in 1990s, in before 67. Uh, in fact, all ethnic groups were anti-Indian state, and they fought against Indian state together. And in fact, at that time, the leadership of UNLF, United National Liberation Front, was in a sense secular, because people of the first leader of that UNLF was a Naga. Kukis were also leader of UNLF, and Meiteis were also leaders of that UNLF. So unitedly, they were fighting against Indian state. There have been conflicts. This is not the first conflict. This unfortunately may not be the last conflict. Wrong has been done on all sides. Unless there is a process of truth and reconciliation, admitting what wrong we have done, what wrong each community or the extremists within each community have done, and begin to realize that Manipur is our shared homeland. Democracy is
Yeah.
the way out. Justice is the way out. I think my time is up, and I'll just end here. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we to just call upon Irfan Engineer for a minute to kind of speak a few words about the fact-finding mission that even CSSS had initiated and had visited Manipur. If you could just share a few lines here.
Yeah, thank you, Neha. I, I would. We went to Manipur. We were there for 4 days. Met cookies, and we met Nagas. We met Maitis and a cross section of them. And very interesting. We went into the background history. We went to the relief camps, Maiti relief camps, cookie relief camps, and through all this process, we we have prepared a report, a fact-finding report. That fact-finding report is ready to be released, and it will be released after giving some final touches. So I just wanted to announce this, and I thank all those who cooperated with us during the fact finding. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much.